Dear participants, today this program of training is being organized on women entrepreneurship and agricultural development. I am R.P. Simpson, former Director of Social Education, Diksha Agriculture University, Rajasthan. So far, this training is done. The broad topic of the program is gender issues and their implications in empowerment of women. We know that our country is very respectful to women's work, but so far their recognition of work and contribution to the family income is not taken well. As also it is known a fact that half of our population, like the global population, is of the women. And their realistic potential and their real contribution remain disregarded and unchanged. So this is very important that their status in the society fabricates a picture of inequality, discrimination, illiteracy, weaker sex, dependency, and exploitation. These are major gender issues, and so far we are talking of improving the status of rural women, particularly in agriculture. Their rate of participation is higher, but generally as unskilled and low-paid workers. This has negative impact on agricultural productivity. The status of women can only be improved through economic independence. Thus, development of women entrepreneurship is needed to increase their participation in income generating activities and thereby bringing about agricultural development. Here we are going to talk about what is the agripreneurship and what is women's agripreneurship and how women's agripreneurship will contribute to the agricultural development in the country as well as the development of women themselves. Women to work to support their family, create identity, and be independent. Not only economic support to the family, but the major issue before them is to become independent. Therefore, agripreneurship will help to make rural women economically and socio-psychologically empowered. The important factors why women start up their enterprises. The first one is the chance entrepreneurs. The chance entrepreneurs are those who have no clear goals and plans, evolve from hobby to economic enterprise. At once they think that I should do something due to their hobby or their other circumstances, and due to a chance factor they start entrepreneurship. Second is the forced entrepreneurship when they are in crisis, particularly in economic crisis, then circumstances compel them to start a business and primary motive is financial. Third category is the creative entrepreneurs who are given training, given other support, infrastructural support, input support, and financial support and market support, then this type of entrepreneurs are known as created entrepreneurs, located are in some specialized places that may be a urban area, maybe a rural area, maybe a heart or maybe a market, and they are encouraged by other agencies and developed through training and other support. Categories of women entrepreneurship are of three types, and when we talk of the types of women entrepreneurship, one is the upper crust entrepreneurs. They are located in big cities, higher level technical and professional qualification, focus on non-traditional items, and they have their sound financial position. Second category is mid-range entrepreneurs. The mid-range entrepreneurs are established in towns, sufficient education they possess, both traditional and non-traditional items are dealt by them through different types of businesses like manufacturing, like processing, like many other aspects and undertaking women services. This is also one of the important aspects of the second category of entrepreneurs, that is mid-range entrepreneurs. Grassroots entrepreneurs is the third layer of the entrepreneurs who are located particularly in rural area, in the villages, or in some such places where facilities are not so convenient. They are financially weak and involved in every business. So these three types of entrepreneurs are there among women folk in the society. When we talk about the status of women entrepreneurship in the country, we see that only 14% of business establishments in our country run by women entrepreneurs. This data is on the basis of the National Sample Survey Organization 6th Economic Census, which further says that out of 58.5 million functional businesses, only 8.05 million have a women boss. Most of these women run small scale companies, and above 79% of them were self-financed. This indicates that the status of women entrepreneurship is very low. Now the question arises, apart from the entrepreneurship, how agripreneurship means entrepreneurship in the broad field of agriculture. It is generally sustainable, community-oriented, directly marketed agriculture. And this agripreneurship also has a wide gambit of the activities. It may be there are three types or four types of businesses. One is agro-produce manufacturing units. Whatever agricultural produce is there, that is processed and value added in different forms. Similarly, agro-produce processing units, and this is also done by various types of value addition and processing. Third category is agro-inputs manufacturing unit. Whatever seeds, fertilizers, and manures, and many other critical inputs of agricultural production is concerned, it is produced by the entrepreneurship, and this is also counted under agripreneurship. The fourth category of agro-service centers. Agro-service center is referred as center where the farmers are provided different types of services, including advisory service and other services like plant protection, like livestock health management, and this type of other things are there. And the important sector or other important sectors are apiary, feed processing, seed processing, and commercial vermicompost, and many other things are there which can be enumerated uh, as the as the other activities. Rather, it is all counted under agripreneurship. Now, the what is role of agripreneurship in agricultural development? We know that the development of agriculture nowadays is not only confined to increasing the agricultural production and productivity, but it is beyond that, and beyond is the value addition, post-harvest technology, and other important things which are done after harvesting. Nowadays, the focus of the country is on increasing farmers' income. And for that, we are now not giving emphasis on seed to seed, but we are giving emphasis on looping to looping. And one other important aspect has been added nowadays in the context of agricultural development is the welfare of, and that's why many national flagship schemes are going on to help the farmers so that they could not only become more powerful in terms of financial status, but also in terms of empowerment in the society. Sustainability of profitability, natural resources, and environment protection are other important issues of the present day agriculture. Sustainable agriculture also here denotes a holistic and system-oriented approach to farming, and this is the need of the hour that the major agriculturists, particularly in rented areas and also in tribal areas and other backward areas, the backbone of agriculture is the women folk, so that they should be given proper attention to start their agripreneurship in different sectors of agriculture. It considers interrelationships of the social, economic, and environmental processes. So, this is the matter of importance, that what are the major areas in which women can start agripreneurship, and through that agripreneurship, agricultural development could take place, and not only agricultural development could take place, but the women's development could take place in this process. In each area, enormous number of commodities are. When we talk of agricultural commodity, crops, etc., then we see that there are several agricultural field crops, there are several horticultural crops, maybe flowers, maybe fruits, maybe vegetables, maybe medicinal and aromatic plants. There are many commodities in agriculture, and based on the needs, agroclimatic conditions, and available resources, agripreneurs can select and adopt some commodities and flourish it, because the business could be started on a selected area, that is the crop or commodity. Improving profitability through value addition as required school. Training of jobless rural women in agri-business management is essential to sustain a competitive atmosphere of globalization of economy supported with finance and required equipment. So, when we talk of rural women or farm women, they are very backward, deprived, and having no opportunity or less opportunity to start their agripreneurship. When we talk of a scope for rural women in agripreneurship, it is food processing, accelerates agricultural production and intensification. Therefore, more attention needs to be paid to food processing, preservation, and packaging of the products. Value addition and export are other areas of import. Income and employment opportunity can be improved through these activities. Apart from these activities, there are many other areas. Just I have talked about that in agro-produce processing, agro-produce manufacturing, agro-inputs manufacturing, agro-service centers. These are all the areas where women can participate and women entrepreneurship in food sector could be developed. Here, some example I have tried to give in, that is a scope of rural women in agripreneurship. In value addition to cereals and pulses, the products could be made like dalia, wheat flour, maida, badiyan, papad, etc. Value addition to milk products, several types of milk products like skimmed milk, milk powder, ice creams, butter, ghee, cheese, khoa, skimmed powder, sweets, flavored milk, dahi, lassi, kulfi, kheer, peda and pudding, etc. will be prepared. Value addition in vegetables and fruits, pickles, jam, jellies, murabba, fruit cheese, juices, and many other things like fruit juices, beverages, chutney, sauces, candies, and dried fruits and vegetables, etc. can be processed. In beekeeping, pollens, wax, and honey could be processed. In mushroom, many other things are there apart from their pickles, fresh and dried mushrooms, etc. Now we should discuss how the rural women's entrepreneurship could be developed and what should be strategies to nicely develop it. First is family and community sensitivity. It means that the male folk, particularly of the families, should be sensitized, and the community also, because sometimes it is seen that when women go out their homes, their houses, then there is criticism from the family itself and from the community itself. So, first important aspect is to sensitize the family members and community. Massive skill development training program should be started, and not only the training program will fulfill this mission, but that training program should be backed up with the credits, financial support. Second is the support for marketing, and other important aspects are infrastructural support. Then the businesses of women folk to be survived. Credit facilities, I have already talked. More funds should be provided to research organizations. Those research organizations which are involved in providing technical support to the women, and not only technical support but to evolve new technology for value addition and processing, like the Central Institute of Post Harvest Engineering and Technology. This type of institution should be given support from the ICR Institute, and this support should be given by the government to such research and development organizations. Formation and follow-up SHG self has grown in a very large number, has been organized in the villages of the country. Similarly, the farmers producer organizations, women's producers organizations are being organized. But this type of organizations should be given proper support, and they are they are they should be encouraged. They should be encouraged through various means. Ensure marketing is the most important aspect so that their products could be sold in the market at a larger amount, and they could be benefited. The institutions like ICAR, Indian Council of Agricultural Research, Central Agricultural University, State Agricultural University, National Institute of Rural Development, manage NABARD, KVK, Atma, and reputed organizations involved in this area. Regarding the successful women entrepreneurs to get their model high, converging efforts of different agencies and institutions, it means that there is various agencies and institutions working in it, but they are working in isolation. They are not, their efforts are not integrated. Their efforts should be converged so that the focus could be fulfilled to the movement goal. I would like to say that nowadays the shift is there from agricultural production to agribusiness. And in this, we have to keep in mind that apart from all the things, training, infrastructural support, financial support, apart from everything, the important aspect is that and marketability of the products should be maintained, and for this many agencies are there to support the women folk, but they have to become prepared themselves for marketing of their products. Each agricultural produce or product has essentially at least one health benefit. Say, for example, the grapes are very beneficial in breast cancer, and it is a very big issue before the world, global issues there. Segmentation on this line, the what the health benefits are there of the agricultural produce or products. On the basis of that, segmentation of consumers should be done. And according to that segmentation, the products should be developed and benefits in terms of time, place, season, existing problems, the requirements of consumers, food habits, etc. The products should be prepared or manufactured, and entrepreneur has to keep his eye, ears, and nose open all the time so that they could understand the situation of the market, situation of the consumers, and accordingly they should evolve new things, innovations, so that they may be a successful enterprise. Understanding the consumers and buyers, becoming a hard worker is one issue, but becoming a smart worker is more than important issue than the hard worker. So an entrepreneur should be a smart worker and keep always in mind that मार्केट में प्रोडक्ट नहीं बिकता, आइडिया बिकता है. And if this mantra is followed by the women entrepreneurs and their mentors and their organizers, then there may be a great success to the entrepreneurship development of women and thereby agricultural development through agripreneurship. At last, I want to conclude that if a smart woman is there, she could get a job anytime, any day. But if he becomes, oh sorry, she becomes an entrepreneur, she could give job to at least 10. In this lines, I conclude my talk. That's all. Thank you. Thank you.